Hello there, and welcome to RICO'S Garage. You're probably asking yourself, what in the hell did he just drag home this time? Well, the answer to that question, this Titan 7500 watt diesel generator. We got a real good deal on this thing because it doesn't run. The backstory to this is the company that I work for sold a lube truck, and this generator was on that lube truck, and they decided they didn't want this generator to go with it. We took it off, monkeyed with it for a little bit, got to fire on ether, but other than that, nothing. So basically the boss decided I've already got generators stacked up in a building that I don't even use. I don't need you to spend time and money getting this one going. Put it in the corner, we'll figure out what to do with it later. Well, later came along, I said, what do you want for that generator? He said, I'll take this for it. I gave him that. Drug it home. Now we're going to see if we can get it running. Well, that's all well and good, but why go through the trouble of making a video for it? Well, hear me out. A few of you have reached out to me via email or messenger or whatever, and one of the questions I get is how to get started working on these project vehicles. If you want to drag home a Camaro or an old Chevy pickup to do your Cummins swap or whatever. Hard to convince somebody to just jump right into a big project, because you may get into it and decide, this just ain't what it's cracked up to be. I don't like this. So you start with something small that is useful to you, yet will teach you all the basics to getting a bigger project going later on down the road. Let me explain. You find a generator or an old lawnmower or a small tractor, something you can use around the house, farm, ranch, whatever, that somebody has abandoned. You can throw a little bit of money into it, get it going, learn along the way, and decide, yeah, that was kind of nice, I want to step up to the next scale, or no, that just wasn't worth it. It's a lot easier to sacrifice a few $100s than to get into something thousands of dollars and decide you don't like it. So we're going to start with this generator. We bought it not running, and it needs some things. The tires are flat, the paint ain't that great, the battery's junk. But before we do that, we need to get it running. And getting this single cylinder diesel engine running is no different than getting a 6-cylinder, an 8-cylinder, whatever diesel engine running. The principles are still the same. And just like I showed you in the $1,000 Dodge Ram video, link up there, or even the Will It Start Camaro, also link up there. You need to start with the basics of it needs fuel, air, and something to turn it over. Right now, the only thing we have is air. We're going to drain all the crap out of that tank because I don't know what's in there. It may be more water than fuel. I'm going to drain it out, start with clean fuel. Battery, like I said, is junk, but we'll hook a jump box to it, get it cranking over, and we'll see if this beast fires. If it starts and runs, great. We'll move on to the next step. If it doesn't start and run, it's pretty much no use to us, and we'll just haul it off to the scrapyard. Because right now we're at the point we can scrap this thing and at least get our money back. You want to see how to bring a dead project back? This generator is the perfect thing to learn on. So let's learn together. The first thing you need to do with any project that you're not familiar on is research. And when I drug this generator home, I got the model number and everything off of it, and I was actually able to find on the internet a service manual for this. So I printed it off, read through it. Just as I suspected, there's not a lot to these things. And I was able to find out some parts, how things work. There is a fuel filter inside this tank. I was able to get on eBay and order that because I knew the stuff in this tank was garbage and we needed to drain it out. Before I even do that, the very first thing I want to do is check the oil in this thing. Make sure that it has oil in it. One of my first mechanic jobs was actually in a small engine shop, and the owner of that shop was very adamant about any piece of equipment, vehicle, whatever, you didn't start it until you checked the oil. Fortunately, that stuck with me over the years and saved me a few times. So we're going to follow Mr. Moore's advice. We're going to check the oil in this thing. Like any other small engine, there's a little fill plug here. Thread it out. Has a dipstick on it. It has some good oil in it. And she's full. Now I'm not going to run it off that oil, but that at least let me see if it's going to start. And then when we go through this thing 100%, we'll change the oil naturally. But for now, it's got oil enough to make sure it's going to run. So with that out of the way, what I'm going to want to do is take this top frame off, and I'll remove this fuel tank, and this is just a cover, but by taking it off we'll be able to get to our head in case we need to crack a line loose or something like that. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, I'm going to take my gallon jug of fuel, give it a little splash of 911, give her some diesel treat, now I'm going to pour it in our tank. And before any of you keyboard warriors talk about not having fuel in an appropriate container, the pump on the gas station over there clearly says it is unlawful to put gasoline in an unapproved container. It does not mention anything about diesel fuel. And not only that, this is on-road fuel in an off-road application. So what I lost in safety, I made up for in paying unnecessary taxes. So there you go. And at the end of the day, just get over it. There is approximately 1 gallon of Casey's finest diesel fuel. Put the cap in place. Okay, so here's the plan. We've got our jump box hooked to the jump battery. We've got our fuel in the tank. We've got a 17mm wrench. The fuel line runs from this tank to this fuel pump. There's a line with a 17mm fitting right here. Goes from the pump to the injector. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the valve on the tank, let the fuel run into the pump, crack it open here, whirl it over to see fuel, close it, then go up to the injector, same thing, crack it open until we get fuel, and it should start. I don't have it set to run because I just want to whirl it over. Break this loose. Okay, we got fuel there. Tighten that up. Crack this one open. Okay, we got fuel up there. I'm gonna call that a win. I just wanted to make sure that it would actually shut off. Let's try this again. I had to use the compression release because, man, it hit hard. That could be because our jumper box isn't that great. Man, that sounded good. Try it again. Set her to run. God, that's violent. Well, there you have it. A little bit of time, a little bit of elbow grease, some cleaner. We got a generator that runs. I notice that plug right there is a little wonky, but I'm sure we can fix that. Not 100% sure if it's charging or not, but we'll figure that out. It doesn't really matter anyway, because the long-term goal is to have this mounted to the crew cab square body, and it's going to run off the truck battery anyway. I'm calling that a win. This thing generates. Hell yeah. Now the haters just have one more thing to hate on. In fact, we should take this Titan off here and call this the GENERHATER. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Just the basics. Now we know we've got a running, working generator. We'll throw some money at it. We'll put some new tires on it. We'll get a battery, because we're not quite ready to mount it to the square body yet. May or may not paint it. I doubt it, because you guys know I don't paint stuff. But we'll get it all put together, and hell yeah. I'm excited. Let's hear it run one more time. Thanks for watching Rico's Garage. Drop a comment down below if you have anything to add. Like this video if you found it interesting, or share it with somebody else that you think might benefit from it. And show that subscribe button some love. Got all kinds of projects going. Finally got some time freed up to make some more videos. So hit that subscribe button and watch us bring more junk like this back to life. Till then, I'll catch you later.